Welcome to another series in my podcast and YouTube channel. I'm so excited today. I am speaking with one of my dearest friends, Yulia, and she is excited to be here because she gets to share her story and her passions with us, which I know that she loves to do. So I'm going to let her introduce herself so we can go from there.
Woo! Thank you so much for having me on this show. You know, I love to talk, so I am so excited to be here and kind of share my story in hopes that it'll help someone. But I'm Yulia Chernyakhovsky. I work as a business strategist for health and wellness coaches. I'm also a yoga teacher, a nutritionist, a Reiki practitioner. And so as you can see, my past of being so much in the health and wellness realm for 4 years is really what drove my passion to help other health and wellness entrepreneurs really build out their business as well and really stand out online as an influential expert in their field and kind of growing, the confidence to share their story, express who they are, and really stand out in the crowd. I think already going off on a tangent here, but it's so important that we share our story because everyone has tips, everyone has facts, we all have Google. So I really feel, exactly what you're doing. It's like so important to share stories of where we came from and where we are now. So, in addition to the health and wellness and business realm, I'm also obsessed with psychology, with neuroscience, with the mind. And so any and every opportunity that I have to kind of fuse those two, I do. So definitely everything in the realm of business, health, wellness, and the mind is totally my jam. So I'm super stoked to be here.
Amazing. And so maybe we could kind of go off on the tangent and I would love to know some of your tips for mindset or, building your mindset or growing your mindset or abundance and all that stuff that you've learned because obviously you are so passionate about it. I'd love to learn from you.
So my mindset, for many people, when someone says you can't do something, that's kind of what really, gives them that fire to say, you know what, yes, I can. But for me, I was always my biggest enemy. So, I've had suicidal depression for over 10 years, like really just struggling with hating myself, hating my body, just kind of always apologizing for my existence. And so, I used to think, and I remember distinctly this day, I was in college and I was taking a shower and I was just crying and thinking, why me? Like, why am I going through this? Why do I have to live my life just constantly suffering? And I remember thinking I never want to have kids because if this somehow passes on to them, that's the worst punishment I could give to anyone. And so, our struggles, once we go through them, they make you the person who you are today. And it really allows you to, help other people. So now I'm always thankful for my challenges and my struggles because they've made me at a very young age do that really important work to get my mindset on point. And I knew that if I didn't, I wouldn't be around for very long. So it was non-negotiable. I had to really, step up and work on myself and my mindset. And what I'll say first off is your mindset, just like any other muscle in your body, you have to work on it consistently every single day. And, some people like yoga, some people like CrossFit, some people like weightlifting. It's the same with your mindset. So for some people like you, meditation might work. For other people, it's journaling. For other people, it's affirmation and visualization and, whatever it is. And I think I've definitely gone through every single, thing. And that's why I'm so passionate about it because I know kind of how it works and what people what would help each individual. But I would say with mindset, first, like with everything else, you have to make the decision that you want to be better. And you don't have to be, like where I was in the lowest of the low. Wherever you are, you can always be better. You can always grow more. And I will say that that work is very difficult. It's really difficult to reprogram your mind, to even believe that you can be successful, to believe that you can do what you want to do, I'm sorry, I talk about this nonstop. I can talk about this for days.
I love it. No, please keep on going.
it's like when we were little, everyone told us we could be whatever we want to be. We could do whatever we want to do. You know, we could change the world. And then something happens, you know, when you're growing up, and it's like, you have to conform. You have to be this. You have to have the average job. You have to have average amount of money. You have to have, you know, average impact on the world. And, you know, when you're so primed to be average, it can feel kind of weird to work on your mindset and to want to be better and to want to be above average and to believe that it's not a selfish thing that, you know, like, for instance, even with money, the more money you have, the more people you can help, the more success you have, the more that you can create an impact in this world. And what I'll say is, and this is a lesson that I learned very, very early from one of my favorite pranayama teachers, Max Strom, is that, you know, so often we think that working on ourselves is selfish, when in fact it's the most selfless thing that you can do, because when you're kinder to yourself, you are kinder to other people. You treat other people better. You know, you really live in full alignment with the special message that you share. You know, every single person in this world has a unique story, a unique set of skills, you know, a unique perception on the world, and we need to share it. But in order to grow, you know, the balls to share it and to really put yourself out there, you really have to work on yourself. And so I just, you know, if you don't get anything else out of this interview, I want you to get this, that working on your mindset and working on yourself is the most selfless thing that you can do for this world, because you can create such a big impact when that piece is in place. And you know, you can have, I always say this, you can have the most world-class strategies, like the best of the best, you know, like you can hire the best coach, you can have the, you know, best Facebook ads, but if your mindset is not there, it's just not going to happen.
That is so, so true. And I feel like we're kind of on parallel journeys, because I was in, I don't think I was as low as you, but I was in a spot where I felt like I was undeserving of the space that I occupied on this planet. I had a hard time taking deep breaths in even. I mean, I was undeserving of the air that I was breathing. And I didn't eat like enough food to, like, I was getting to a point where I was going to get anorexic. So in general, everything was like I did not deserve all of the stuff that I had. And I felt like, you know, why was the universe giving me so much? I felt so lucky, and I felt undeserving. And so that mindset shift is so important. I so agree with you. And like you said, I use meditation, but everyone has their own way of doing it. You know, if you're a visual person, then maybe visualization or vision boards might work better for you. If you're, you know, an aesthetic person or something like a person who's aesthetic, then you'll be doing yoga or other things like that. So I totally love that. I love that. I think that's a brilliant start to like going into what you do to help people, which is as a health coach and as a coach for health coaches, I believe, right? Is that right?
Yep. I'm business strategist for health coaches. So, you know, I feel like, and I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, please go on. Yeah, I'm ready.
Well, the reason why I started doing, you know, switched my pivot from health coaching to helping wellness entrepreneurs like build their business is because I really think that health and wellness coaches are a unique type of person. So, you know, like you and I, we went through a powerful transformation in our lives, and that was kind of the line in the sand that, okay, I want to pay this forward. I want to help other people get healthy. And what I see so often happen is health and wellness coaches are not set up to succeed. So they have that passion, they have that drive. They, you know, they might get the certifications. I know personally I've had tons of certifications. Yep. And you leave them and you think that's enough to be successful in your business. And I'll say that's the first thing you have to have, right? You have to have that foundation. You have to have that why. Without that, like I said, nothing's going to work. But a lot of them don't have that business acumen that they need in order to succeed. And at the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know. Yeah. So, you know, when I first started out, the week before I graduated college, a pulmonologist said to me, you know, I have asthma. So she said at the rate I was going, by the time I was 30, I would have an oxygen tank. So, you know, that was was a big punch in the face for me.
Oh my God.
And it's what really drove me to start researching, health, not just to lose weight, which is what I was doing in the past, but to be healthy, to actually, have a body that works well, not a body that just necessarily looks good.
Right.
So, I'm 20 years old. I'm learning all this stuff. I became a nutritionist. Like I'm type A, so I researched everything.
Yes, yeah.
I bought the LLC. I bought my logo. I bought my website, and it didn't work. And the reason why it didn't work was because I wasn't selling my services. I wasn't, I think we talked about this the other day. I was afraid to ask for money. This is selfish of me to ask for money. And who am I even talking to? And I just didn't have that business acumen. And I think, my mission is to support these individuals, make the biggest impact that they possibly can in this world, by really setting them up to success quickly.
Right.
It took me years to learn what I've learned, and I learned it the very hard way.
Yes.
It's made me who I am today, but at the same time, I could have helped a lot more people earlier on if I had had the support that I needed.
Right. And so are there a few basics that you start off with for every person that you help in terms of strategy? So maybe, setting up a website or ads or whatever it might be. Do you have a couple of things that you can share with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So, the first thing I'll say is if you're trying to help everyone, you end up helping no one. If you try to please everyone, you please no one. I think a lot of, again, these people who are so passionate to pay it forward and help people lose weight, feel more energetic, feel more at peace. We think, of course I can help everyone. I have the best information ever. And the truth is, you are not for everyone. Your personality, you're going to attract, your vibe is going to attract your tribe. And you have to, the earlier on you accept that, the better it's going to be. You aren't going to please everyone. So, really figure out exactly who you are trying to help. So that's step number one. Step number two, and by the way, how do you do that? You talk to people. You talk to people, you ask them what they're struggling with, what you can help them with. Again, we can be in our heads all day long thinking, I can help with this, I can help with that. But until you actually take some action and talk to people on the phone, online, whatever it is, do your research, you're not going to know. So get out there and talk to some people. Number two is you are not tips and tricks. You are a person. You have a story. So I always talk about the damn lemon water, okay? I have 100 people in my newsfeed every day telling me to drink 2 liters of lemon water. And you know what? That doesn't catch my attention at all, okay? There's a million other people out there telling you to drink lemon water. So how do you use these same facts that everybody has, right? Google has all of this. And how do you make it unique to you and your business? You use the one thing that you have that nobody else has, and that's your story. If you are telling people to drink the lemon water, okay, but how has doing that changed your life or your client's life or your family's life? And share that story and then tell me to drink lemon water. As human beings, you have to appeal to not only our logical side, but our emotional side as well, right? So, everyone knows they need to eat well and work out. Everyone knows that, but most people don't. So why is that? So you have to remember, as an influencer, you have the power to share this message that will change somebody's life. And it goes just so much further than tips and tricks. Right. So that's tip number two, right? You're not your tips and tricks. And tip number three, get out there. Done is better than perfect. Just start. All my type A achievers out there, we can get stuck in perfection paralysis for years. Yes. And so at the end of the day, you can have 4 PhDs, 5 health coaching certifications, but if all of that knowledge is in your head, it's not making an impact. So I can basically 100% guarantee you, and I never make that kind of guarantee legally, but that's basically 100% guarantee you that whoever is listening, you as you are already have the information. And no matter if you're a health and wellness coach, if you're a life coach, like if you're not even a coach, if you're just a person, but you have that knowledge in you to change somebody's life in some way, to transform somebody's life in some way.
Right.
Even if you're a salesperson, like you have that power. So get out there and act on it. And that's how you evolve.
That's amazing. I love every single thing that you said till now because it's so powerful. I mean, I can imagine that the people who are coming to you, and if they get these 3 tips, just these 3 tips, I think will absolutely transform their practice and their business. Because it's so true. Like, I mean, the whole lemon water thing, I think that's brilliant because I've seen that so many times. And I so agree with you. If someone has just shared their own story about how it changed their bodies and their life, they would, I would totally listen more than if I was just listening to a lemon water thing. Same thing with me when I share my meditation practice, and why I want people to start meditating is I tell them my practice and how it changed my life. What I started off as, sitting in a corner crying, whatever was my story, and then to the point where here I am, a positive person where nothing phases me or very little phases me right now, right? So that transformation, that journey that I took, I shared with as many people as possible because I know that one of those people will be triggered by this because they'll have maybe the similar journey or something similar to what I'm going through, and they'll be able to change their life because of that. So I love that. And so I'm guessing when you say tell people to go out there and get out there, perfectionism, you're a type A perfectionist. I'm a type A perfectionist. I feel like in entrepreneurs in general, there's so many type A perfectionists. It's a little insane. And so I totally agree, get out there, do what you need to do, and constantly be tweaking as you're doing. Is there a first step? Like maybe, are you saying that build a website first or, build a Facebook page first? Is there something that they need to do first in order to get out there, whatever they're doing?
Yeah. So, I'm a huge fan of like start before you even have a website. At least for someone like me, I'm like, ugh. If I could never touch a website for the rest of my life, and I'm a damn business coach, if I could never touch a website for the rest of my life, I'd be happy. But, something that I'm a huge fan of preaching is just do what you like. So whether it's making that first post on Instagram, whether it's making a blog post, whether it's, using your personal Facebook page to share, a bit of your story, just start dipping your toe in the water. There's no secret formula, just like, I always say there's no hidden treasure in any certain social media platform, okay? It's not like Snapchat is full of millions of dollars and Instagram is like, not like, you can make money doing anything on any social media platform. So whatever you like is what you're going to be consistent in. So just start whatever you have now. Don't make anything new. Whatever you have now, unless you're not on social media. Whatever you have now, just start there. I remember, I will never forget actually, the start of my health coaching business. It was like I was waiting for my car to get fixed. Like someone just like slammed into my car. And I was waiting for it to get fixed, and I was like so bored, and I had only had Facebook before that, and I was like, let me just like make a post on Instagram, like let's see what happens. And I was just like, let me just try it. And literally like in months, my Instagram grew to thousands. And it's just like, if I never tried, I would have never known that, right? You never know how big your vision can be until you just try it. Like you don't know what it'll evolve into with just that like one post, one seed. I've seen people who have built entire businesses that started from one post on Facebook, one picture, one post, and it got them clients right away. So like anything is possible. Just make that first step wherever you are right now.
Perfect. Yeah. And so another thing that you brought up was really important to me that I really don't want to miss is the fact that people are afraid to ask for money. And I know I'm in the same boat. I'm like, meditation. I mean, it's meditation. People are sitting in silence. Why should I charge them to have them sit in silence, right? It seems it's insane to me. So how do you help people get over that fear of, I am undeserving of this money? Obviously, the mindset thing will help with it, but I feel like there must be something different that they could do in order to kind of be like, okay, I deserve to be paid for this help that I'm giving these people. What do you think about that? Can you explain a bit more?
This is my favorite topic. So I actually believe that not asking for the sale is selfish of you. So what do I mean? Like, you get what you pay for, right? Free is free. At the end of the day, like, you can have an inbox full of, even for your case, somebody actually in your group the other day made a post like, I have so many meditation apps.
Yes.
I have so many guided meditations, but I'm still not doing these damn meditations, right?
Yeah.
So they have the information, but they pay you for implementation of that information into their life. So, everyone, for the health and wellness people out there, or whatever kind of coach you are, everyone knows you have to eat well and work out. Everyone knows, you should think nice thoughts about yourself. Everyone, everyone knows this, but not everyone does it. So they pay you for implementation of that. And what I always say is people spend their money on shit all the time. Like, look around your apartment right now.
Oh my God, yes, yeah.
Like, how much unnecessary stuff do we have? So, especially the people out there, and I know your listeners are genuine and authentic because you're genuine and authentic. Like, if you are someone who leads from the heart and leads from the soul and genuinely gives a fuck about people, it's your duty to give people the opportunity to invest in themselves by investing in you. So they're not just giving you money, right? They're investing in themselves to get a powerful transformation.
Right.
When I first started out as a nutritionist, for 2 years, I helped people for free because I was afraid to ask for the sale. My thing is always like full inbox, empty bank account. That's how I was running my business.
Yeah.
Like hundreds of messages every day. I'm like working all day and then like, serving tables at night, bartending at night because you gotta eat, right? And so I believe that, yes, I mean, of course I helped people, right? I gave them tips here and there, but it's one thing to give someone tips here and there, and it's another thing to work with them for 3 months, for 1 month, for 6 months, and get to know them and really help them through that transformation and actually get to the finish line. So for that reason, when you think, oh, I'm afraid to make the sale, stop right there. It's not about you. It's about them. People are going to spend their money. Give them something good to spend their money on. Present that offer and do it in a genuine way. Like, I never, even if someone is like, Yulia, please take my money. And I don't genuinely believe that I can help them get results, I'm not going to. So it's not just about that sale and abundance mindset, right? Like, there's always going to be more people. There's always going to be more people you can help. So remember that it's not about the sale. It's about the person that you're helping. And if it's a genuine fit, there's such a negative connotation around the word sale.
Yes.
But at the same time, we buy stuff all the time. And I'm sure you can think of right now off the top of your head, like an amazing sales experience that you had where you bought something and you felt like, wow, this is really going to help me.
Yes.
I ask this question to people all the time. It's so funny. Most people say it's at an Apple store. They get like the service at Apple stores because there's a reason for that. Apple is very good at psychology. They have extensive trainings for their people that work on the floor. And they really teach you how to ask questions that guide people to say what will actually help them, right? So now I'm talking about Apple, but a MacBook Air might be right for one person and an iPad might be right for another person. So remember that, like, when you're making sales, think about what's right for the person, not what's necessarily right for you, and you can't go wrong. The only time, in my opinion, when a sale on your end can feel sleazy is when you're selling something that somebody doesn't need and you're doing it from a selfish place. That doesn't feel good.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's such a good point. And I love the way you put this. I mean, I just want to like frame this, that you're being selfish by not giving them the chance to implement and get the wisdom that you have to give them. I mean, I love that because it's so true. Like, it's such a turnaround on the topic because we think that we're being selfish by asking them for money, but it's actually not the way. It is the other way around, So I wanted to keep this short, but I mean, we've been chatting forever and I just love this. I could talk forever about this stuff.
Seriously.
So I'm thinking we'll do like a second episode, but I just love this, Yulia. Thank you so much. I do want people to be able to get a hold of you if they wanted to. I know you have a Facebook group. and I mean a million social media pages. So share with us, where can we get a hold of you?
So I'm always hanging out in my group, Health Coach HQ. So you can go to healthcoachhq.com and you can come hang out with me all day. Also, you can check out my website, http://yuli.rocks.
So YULI.
Yep,
Rocks.
YULI.rocks or yulirocks.com.
Perfect. I love that Yuli.rocks. That's great.
I know Squarespace came up with it, and I was like, you know what? You're right. All right. Thank you, universe.
Thank you so much. I feel like I want to have this conversation over and over again, like monthly, so that we could bring this to like more and more people every single day. Again, I'm so grateful that you took the time. I know you're such a busy person, and I appreciate the time you spent with us. And I hope that we'll have lots of these conversations in the future. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to tell all my listeners to follow you on, or go and check out your Facebook group or your Facebook page or your website. So awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Have a great day. Bye.